were no longer going to be viable, partly because many of the Indian private sector companies had over-leveraged themselves and were no longer in a position to actually even fulfill some of the earlier commitments. And this can have a very serious knock-on effect in the banking system, because the banks too have been over-invested in these. So it was a case of not realizing the weakness of the Indian private sector, at least as far as the infrastructure sector. So what it has meant is that the government has had to shift gears and moved into a form of Keynesian approach, which is direct government investment to kick off actually and make this as a starting point. And this itself, I think, has taken a bit of time. But I think the issue of power is one where power and roads are the one which I'm most confident about and I'm most optimistic about. And I think within the next 18 months or so, I think we're likely to see a definite improvement in at least these two sectors. But yes, institutional impatience does play a role, because I think more than anything else, it forces governments, A, to act, and B, if necessary, think out of the box.
Chris?
I'd actually like to agree with Tim in the sense of optimism that we all had when Mr. Modi was elected. And of course, for my sector, that was perhaps best expressed through the lens of the insurance bill and the ability of foreign insurance companies to increase their stakes in India from 24 to 49%. And good heavens, we've been around that track quite a few times before, 7, 8 years to my knowledge at least. And we all know how hard it was. So that's why when news emerged that actually that deal was going ahead, that concession had been won, that raised spirits. That sense that actually something as totemic as the insurance bill had got approval did wonders for potential investors' confidence, because that was seen to be such a hard-fought battle for reasons that we all understand. So I'd say we all know it's going to take a while, and perhaps we were all rushed with enthusiasm to begin with, and more that was our problem. But that sense of actually things taking a while to get there in a measured way is now coming through. And I was fortunate to be in Mumbai